Hi guys. I'm gonna make you laugh real quick. So I have been on for a good, it's 7:36. So I got one so 6 minutes. 6 minutes. I have been talking to this camera. Hey Shug, I'm getting ready to make y'all laugh. Here I am thinking I didn't hit the live button and I'm talking to the camera, giving a spiel, all that wonderful stuff, and I didn't even hit the button. So I have already started shuffling. And I'm going to keep these cards up here because there is a message. But as people come in, I just want to let you know what I did say off camera when I thought I was on camera. So basically, I was speaking to the fact that I love doing these readings and I've been in a journey, and I do this because I want to help people with where they are in their process. It's a general reading, so there may be a message here for you, which is why you would be on here tuned in anyway, because Spirit has pulled you into this space and there's a message for you. And it looks like today, the collective is in a heart space. Like love is relationships. I don't want to say love, but relationships, because there's a lot of emotions going on this table right now. There's some worry, there's some doubt, there's some stagnancy, and it's like people are worried about whether or not they have options in love and if their true love is going to come in. That's the energy for right now. So people are doubting. The collective is in doubt mode right now. They're doubting whether or not these relationships, these partnerships, and things of that nature are actually going to come to pass. All right, that's what's on the table right now. Let's see what else is going to come out. Yep, this is about love and partnerships. Okay, so what this is saying to me is we're not standing in our own power. It's like we're afraid to shine. We're afraid to stand out. Or we feel like we don't stand out when it comes to right relationships, right partnerships, and love. Or if it's not love, again, the love could mean the partnership. It's like the collective is in a hard state of worry. This is the 9 of Swords, which is a card that talks about like almost like anguish. Like we are in our minds. We cannot get out of our own head and we cannot figure out what it is that we are doing, that we don't have options. We don't have we're not fulfilled when it comes to love or relationships. But in the center of this whole spread, everything except for 2 cards is in the reverse. But the center of that is that there is an offer. There is an offer, and the offer is coming. It's just that we're so busy worried about the message that's going to come in that we can't even, we're so worried about stuff, we can't differentiate one thing from the other, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, whether I should do this, whether I shouldn't do this. It's like it being in a state of confusion almost. It's like we want to get to the celebration. We're like, when is it coming in? And so far it hasn't. But what Spirit is saying is these things are coming. There's just a delay. This is the Page of Cups. So he's a messenger about things that are representative of emotions. So this is like the messenger of love, right? And what his message is that there is an offer coming. But before that offer can come, we have to be in a headspace where we can see it coming. And when we have to be the star. We have to kind of stand out and stand above, so that these offers, these partnerships can come in. It's like they're all waiting. They're all waiting for us to take the first step. So what Spirit is saying is you gotta take action. You gotta make a move. When you make a move, then Spirit can follow up. But right now, Spirit doesn't know what it is you truly want, because you got too many things going on up here. And it's like, Spirit is like, okay, I don't know which way to go, because you don't know which way to go. So that tells me we need to take a look at the things in our life that are causing us confusion. For that, some people may have to, make some changes to let some things go, to get out of our own heads, so that Spirit can come in and move on our behalf. But again, it's up to us to make that first step so that Spirit knows how to follow. It's like you want to ride a bike, but you don't want to get on the bike to start try it out, to figure out how to ride the bike. You just want to get on the bike and ride the bike. Spirit's like, it doesn't work that way. I need you to make a move so that I can follow up and help put the things in place for whatever it is you're looking to happen. I think that's what a lot of people, where a lot of people can kind of get confused in manifestation. When you're manifesting, yes, the thought is the first process. You are thinking of what it is you want. You are envisioning what it is you see. But the second part is actually taking the actions to get you to that space, to get you to where it is you want to go. And sometimes, wow, at the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups. So that is like ultimate love, partnership, fulfillment. So all this stuff, the 9 of Cups, again, partnership, fulfillment, the 9 and the 10, you can't get any better than that. So this is like a perfect match, whether it's business or whether it's relationship. 2 of Cups. It's, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards on this table are all cups. So that's telling me this is heavy relationship or partnership. And it's like when they're all upside down like this, that means it's the oh my God, that's so crazy. I couldn't even get it out. That it's a delay. And then my screen flinched. So right now that's making me feel like patience, guys. Patience. What does the collective need to do, Spirit? This is the Magician card, all right? This is a major arcana card, okay? So the Magician is the person that has all of the tools that they need to make things happen. So what that's telling me is we need to take inventory of the things that we have and the things that we've already learned to go ahead and make the first move. It's like Spirit is saying, I've already given you the tools that you need. This thing is not just going to fall into your lap. Hey, Queen. This thing is not just going to fall into your lap, but you have every tool that you need. You have the ability to be the magician. You have the ability to create and make the things you want to happen. But what's happening is you're so far in your own mind and in your own head, and you've overwhelmed yourself that you can't think straight to see that you have everything that you need. You need to get to a place where you are starting to stabilize yourself. Like the King of Swords is in the reverse, which means with the King of Swords, that is that's being the steadiest of steady when it comes to how you process things, how you think about the end game. You know what I mean? Like, you've got a plan, how you plan this thing out, but you can't see clearly. You can't see it because you're just too worried about whether or not it's going to happen. And on this board, it's going to happen, but it won't happen until you make a move. Where's the card at? Oh, wow. I said until you make a move. The Chariot card, which is the card of movement, and it's the major arcana card of movement. Like, this is what you want. You want movement. And this card right now is in the reverse. The Chariot is the fastest moving card in the deck. And your Chariot is upside down, which means you ain't going nowhere. You are like stuck, like in park with 4 flat tires stuck, okay? Spirit is like, you have to make a move first. Yeah. If it's talking about, if your situation is about love, like love coming in, because again, this is a general reading. Right now, you're not in a place where you're quite ready for love. You might still be dealing with like you have this idea in your head about what this person is supposed to be and how they're going to be, that it's like you wouldn't make sense of an offer if it came in, because you're too worried about, are they checking off all the boxes? If this is about business, then it's saying that you're not taking your role. You're not being that star that you need to be in that field. Like, once you make the step, once you make the move, once you make 2 major arcana cards, I'm holding them up at the same time, and I'm like, wow. Like, when you see major arcana cards and you see them, like you have them in this spread, it's like life shifts. You know what I mean? It's not your, it's not little movement. Okay? These are big movement. Right now, it's like kind of like, I see those 2 major arcana cards, and I'm like, it's pretty significant is what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Spirit. This card was already up. That's so funny. All right. So it's like we got 2 different readings going on at the same time. One of them is straight love and one of them is straight business. So with the business side, okay, good. You can still see the cards. Okay, so with the business side, the 10 of Cups came up again. I just showed it to you at the bottom of the deck a few minutes ago. And it's like, oh my God, I can't get my words together because there is a delay. There is a strong delay going on. And it's waiting for you to stand in your power. If this is a business move, it's about waiting for the right offer to come in. Like, the offer is coming, but you got to be patient. The offer is coming, but you got to be patient because that card was in the reverse. So it's like a delay. Remember I said that this guy, he wants to make an offer. It's not the biggest offer, but it's an offer and it's new. And this person wants to make you an offer. But you got to be ready for it. And right now, if you're in this 9 of Swords energy, it's not being ready for it. So there's some things that you need to work on. And it's saying like, almost like getting over the past. Some past things that were in your space. All right, we're going to get 3 more. And then we're going to Judgment came out. Another major arcana card. And let's like take this one. The Five of Wands in the reverse. And the Seven of Wands in the upright. So, Judgment, the Two of Cups, and the Ten of Cups are all in alignment in this spread. And I don't know, I don't normally do a spread like this, but for whatever reason, Spirit was like, do the spread this way. I'm moving it over so you can see the cards. You Put a Move on My Heart is playing. So we're back to love. All right. So when it comes to love, your Two of Cups, which would be like a perfect mate for you, like your ideal love, is there. It feels like you know the person, that it's from your past. This is Six of Cups, and it talks about like nostalgia, past, but it could be past life too. But this person is there to you. They're the Ten of Cups. There's a delay. Something is coming in, y'all, and it is like the Two of Wands is like you're waiting for it to come in. But it's in the reverse, so it's like you're being impatient. You want it to come in, you know you want it to come in, but you're in your head about it coming in, but so it can't come in. That's the energy. Spirit is like, I don't know what to do with them because I don't know if they're ready for it or not ready for it. I need them to settle down. I need them to calm down. If you guys could feel this, like I just feel like I can't stop. That is the collective's energy right now. It's on overdrive. It's like bing, 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 bing. It's like bouncing off the walls. And Spirit is like, calm down so that I can send the person with the message and the offer that you seek. And when that offer or partnership comes in, it's going to be your Ten of Cups. It's going to be everything that you desired. But you've got so many things going on and it's like judgment. And that's so funny. I was talking about, I don't know if that wasn't up here. I need to put it back. I was talking about it a little earlier. I don't know if I got it on camera or if I didn't get it on camera. Because Queen, I was recording thought I was recording for a whole 6 minutes, giving this beautiful spiel, and I wasn't recording a thing. So I don't know what y'all got and what you didn't get. But anyway, I know y'all are getting it now, okay? But yes, and Queen, this King of Swords is here in the reverse. So it's like it's like that imbalance in what it is we truly want. Spirit's like, I can't give you what you want until you know what you want. This is a collective reading. This is for the general collective. Only take what applies to you. If it does not apply to you, leave it, because that means it's a message for somebody else who might see this video at a later date and a later time. Don't try and make things fit, because this is a general reading. If you want to really, really understand you need to come in and get a personal reading, or you need to see someone and get a personal reading, because some of you may be somewhere where you can't, I don't know. Now, there's so many ways to get readings and stuff. Like, I know that I can do them through Zoom and still be able to feel and pull energy. Or I can do in person. So, but everybody doesn't do that. But what I'm saying is, because this is a general reading, don't take everything unless it really applies to your life as it is right now. And for some of you, you're seeing this now, and it's either saying, this is what's going to happen, or this is what happened. It really does apply. It's for the general public. So it could be anybody's story, anybody's reading. So again, don't take it if it does not apply to you. Spirit's like, that's all from that deck. I'm like, okay, switching decks. So I'm switching decks, and it's crazy. The deck that I put that they want me to pull had the crystal of the tourmaline in it. And this crystal is all about how to like calm that anxiety. Because remember I was saying earlier, it's like bouncing off the walls. There's a lot of being on the defensive and fighting things off. Things are a little chaotic, not very clear. So this is getting ready to explain some of the things that we need to do in order to help the things that we're trying to manifest come to fruition, so that we can get the offer it is that we seek. I say we because, you know, some of this stuff applies to me too. Again, it's general. Some of it applies to me, some of it doesn't. Oh, Queen, thank you. I love that Queen has gotten a reading from me. And she just commented, it's life-changing. That's so sweet. I just do what Spirit gives me, and we did have a good time. I promise you that. Spirit was off the hook last night. And it's still continuing today, Queen. All right, thank you, Spirit. Clarify the 9 of Swords. Here they go, giving me 2 cards. I just needed 1, but wow. This is clear as day. You can't get any clearer than this. You got the Ace of Cups, and you got the card of transformation, which is, I can't think of it all of a sudden. I just drew a blank. But it's saying transformation and go with the flow. And I asked it to clarify the 9 of Swords, which is us being worried, right? Spirit is like, go with the flow. Stop fighting. Stop fighting life. Life is stop fighting change. As you stop fighting change, you'll become more clearer, and you'll see things clearer, and things can happen for you. If you keep fighting change, then it makes it more difficult for the things that you desire to come in, because again, you're just causing more confusion for the universe because they don't know exactly what it is that you want. So you have to start being clearer about the things that you want in your life and for your life. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, can you clarify the Page of Cups? What is the delayed? Ooh, I saw it too. This is the Ace of Wands. So this is about the spark, the energy. So the delay is getting down to the source, which is what this card is about. So the source is your soul, you know? When you can feel it in your heart and your soul, because the source is about also being grounded, that's where Spirit pulls energy from to kind of manifest what it is that you want. So again, whatever it is that you're thinking and you're feeling, which is why we have so many, we have swords and we have cups, which is about energy and about thought processes. So we have a few wands too, and wands are about action, and all of the wands except for one, being the defensive wand, are upside down. So it's saying that again, you can't take any action because you're not connected to your source. So for some of you, that means you need to connect to your spiritual power. For others of you, it means that you need to connect to a source of what it is that you want. I'm leaning towards the first because, again, as I explained earlier, I can't remember if it was on camera or off camera, but I know I explained it, that when you're using these divination cards, they are about a divine nature. They are about there's a certain connectivity to another realm, which is involving what it is you believe in. And again, I always let people know I subscribe to Christianity. That's what I was raised on, but I don't discriminate against other religions because they are valid in their own right. And when you look at different religions and you start to study things like that, you'll understand that they all lead back to one. And that's what we need to be clear on. They all lead back to one. And when you start to look and study different religions, you also, and other teachings, you also start to meld yourself to become to a place of like perfect peace, which is, I seek alchemy. It's just my nature and I'm loving it. That's what made me go into this whole, I want to say career, because this is a new career move for me. Because I love helping people and I love the peace that comes with it, because I help people find their own inner peace. And when you can give somebody that kind of a gift, man, it's a great feeling. It's a blessing. And I don't take that for granted. So we got the 8 of Pentacles, which is in this deck, it says ordinariness. This is the Zen deck. So what this deck is really meant to do is to help you find ways to get to your inner peace, to get to your source of peace, in a zenful state. So the 8 of Pentacles is normally about doing the work. So what this card is saying is, in order to get the things that you want in your life, you have got to connect to source. You have got to do the work. A lot of people out here just think their manifestations, if they think about it long enough and hard enough, it's just going to pop up out of thin air. That's not how it works. You have to do the work. You have to study. You have to do the things that it takes in order to get you to the level it is that you desire. And if you don't do the work, you're going to stay in this state of worry and in this state of being stuck, the state of not being able to move and not seeing the offers, because the offers are coming in, but you're not in a state in your own thought processes where you even see them. Because it might not come in like a direct offer. It might not say, "Hey, do you want to partner with me?" No, it might come in another way. It might be the form of an ad that you happen to see, that once you click on it and you read the details, you might say, "Hey, this person might be able to help me figure this thing out," and a whole nother process to start. But you're waiting for it to just fall in your lap and you're getting worried and thinking it's not going to happen. But Spirit is saying, I can't bless you with it until you do the work. I can't help you until you do the work. Wow. And when you do the work, you get success. Which is the 6 of Wands. Look at how happy that person is riding on that. Is that a tiger? That tiger's back. They're excited. Spirit keeps saying, look at the difference. You don't do the work. And this is the 9 of Swords. So this is almost clarifying a card that we already have. Just 2 different decks. Same card. 9 of Swords. And it says sorrow at the bottom of this deck. So you're in a place of lack, sorrow, and loss. But Spirit is saying, when you go with the flow, when you do the work to learn how to understand to go with the flow, and you do the things to make your transformation, then you will be connected to a source that will be able to bless you and you have success. But we got to do the work. It's time to do the work and stop fighting. We are fighting it. We are fighting doing the work. We know what we want to an extent, but we're like, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not, this is how they saying it. It's not happening. It's not happening. That's it. They're saying that. That is the way they hear everybody, everybody's prayers and complaints or whatever is it, everybody's like, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening. Well, they're like, well, it's not happening because you ain't done no work. Why should you be rewarded and you haven't done any work? Unless you're one of those people who are fortunate to win the lottery, you're going to have to do some work to get what it is that you want. The Four of Pentacles, you're holding back. You're holding back. You know that you have to do the work, but you're holding back. Spirit is dragging us. Somebody. I done already been drugged enough for the week. I am on my game. I am working hard. I am doing the things that I know I need to do, even though sometimes I don't feel like doing them. I know that if I want the things in my life to progress, I have to do the work. There are like two more. One. Okay. You see that? That thing went jumping across the table. And it gave me 3, Queen. They was doing this all night. I asked for 1, they gave me 2. I asked for 2, they gave me 1. Wow. I'm going to hold these. I'm going to hold these because they want me to flip them and tell you what they mean. Wow. 1, you have to be willing sometimes to do the work by yourself. It's inner work. And once you do that inner voice, I'm saying inner voice because that's what it says on this card. Once you do that work, you start to master. When you start listening to your inner voice, which is what happens when you go into a place of quietness, into a place of or a state of being by yourself, where you can clear your mind and you can just think. This is speaking to someone who probably needs to meditate, who probably needs to, if you were in a situation where you were in a prayer life and you got out of that for whatever reason, you need to get back to that. Because that's when you hear clearly and that's when the things happen and you start to master it is what you want to do in your life. It's about doing the work, guys. Toni Braxton is on here. And she's talking about how many ways can she love you. And it's talking about, again, how many ways. Spirit's like, how many ways can I show you I love you if you don't do what I need you to do in order for me to bless you? They want to show you that Spirit wants to show you how much, God wants to show you how much they love you. But you got to be willing to do the work. And this is a misconception that I had to learn. This is why I named my podcast. I do a podcast, guys. I'm starting to do it every first and third Sunday. But the podcast is about, I call it unlearned behaviors. And I call it unlearned behaviors because as I was going through my journey and my transformations, and you're always going through a journey, and you're always going through a transformation because change is constant. But as I was going through mine, I had to literally unlearn some things that I was taught when I was younger that really didn't apply to me. But I understood that my parents only taught me that way because that's all they knew. That's what their parents taught them. And when you are in a child state, you listen and you learn from your parents. And so depending on what they feed and put into you, that is the way that you grow up and you live. And I had to understand that that may have worked for that time, but not necessarily in this time. And it might not necessarily apply to me because I'm changing as a person, you know? So keep that in mind, that one, change is a constant, and that it's important that, sorry, I'm trying to figure out which deck they want me to use. They want me to use this deck. It's important that you understand change is a constant and you do the things that you need to do to accept that change, to go with the flow of the change and not resist the change. Okay. Not resist the change, This was in the upright, which means we're in a state of kind of fighting. We're on the defensive. Okay. This is the Moonology deck. So we're going to see what the Moonology deck has to say. Okay. These are the things that we need to do in order. They're all coming out in the reverse, which to me is talking about, this is the advice I have for you. So your emotions are kind of, this card says emotions are running high. So with it being in the verse, it's telling me like your emotions are not necessarily running high, but they're not steady either, because all of the cards are speaking to you about being in a place of worry. So you need to get to a place of steadiness, and they want you to look at the bigger picture. You can't see that. But so what that's telling to me is you look at the big, you need to kind of act like you're the bird, and you want to look at things from a bird's eye view, because when you look at things from a bird's eye view, you can see that there's a bigger picture. Some of us must be focused on all of the little details of how this thing, or how a love, or how it's supposed to happen. And Spirit is like, you got to go with the flow. The way that you expect for something to happen might not be the way it is going to happen. And you just have to let it happen naturally. Because you're very close to achieving your goal. This is Lizzo's Coconut Oil. I listen to this every time I'm in a place of, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? And this song reminds you of, one of the lines in the song is, Mama always told me that things will be all right. I know that I can do all things. So it's a song that kind of helps you to rejuvenate and re-energize yourself, to encourage yourself. Some of us need to encourage ourselves that we can do it, whatever that it is, that we have the ability to do this if we get out of our own way. That is important, guys. We have to get out of our own way, because all of these cards together talk about you're very close to achieving your goal. Look at the big picture. Some of us are anxious and excited about it. We're ready, but we're not connected. We haven't done all of the work yet for it to come in. But don't get discouraged. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It's like we're on a delay. We don't know when that delay is going to end. And sometimes the delay is up to us. The sooner that we get in a headspace where we say, okay, I am not going to be able to control how this happens, the sooner Spirit can make things move so that the things that need to come in, come in. We attract the things that we need to attract. All of that starts to come into play. But Spirit can't do that if we are resisting what they're trying to do. Because you don't know what Spirit has to move and shake and put in place in order for that thing that you desire to come to fruition. You don't have, it's like, sometimes we don't understand what goes into the making of a car. But we trust that they know what's going to happen, and we just get in the car, turn the key, or push the button and roll off. Spirit is like, you don't know what it's going to take for them, what moves they have to do, what people they have to put in your path to make that thing that you want to happen. And every time they want to do that for you, you resist the process. And now they have to come up with another plan, and that takes more time. And that makes you get back into worry. And that makes you think none of this is going to happen. When they're saying, we have offers coming to you. We have ways. We've given you all the tools that you need. But we need you to make a move and do the work so that we can push you instead of pull you. They are your driving force. But you have to let them make things happen and get clarity in your mind so that you can see, oh, if I do this, then that can happen. And then you'll get to that place and you'll be waiting patiently and something else will happen and you'll be like, oh, I can do this. And then it takes you to this level. And then before you know it, you're where you want it to be. But in order for that to happen, you got to connect to the source and you got to go with the flow. Okay? How long have you been on? Trying to, oh, I've been on here for a minute. All right, we're going to pull some oracles and then I'm going to let you go. I'm going to do this in honor of Queen. We're going to do the Sacred Forest deck. They're like shuffle. I'm shuffling. So the Sacred Forest deck really gets me. I love this deck because it's about nature. And sometimes we need to get out into nature and we need to reconnect. We need to ground ourselves. And getting out into nature does that. Wow. That's way too many. Wow. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. That's what I'm saying. When this stuff happens, it makes you excited when you're in my space because it's like, okay, I'm telling them right. We're gonna do 2 because that's a lot of reading. All right. Thank you. They're like one more. Fine. One more. You're trying to give me too many. Which one is it? It's this one. Magic. Okay, so we got magic, flow, and success. Everything that we talked about in this reading confirmed in 3 cards. We have to be in the flow to let the magic happen. The magic is the magician. We have the tools to make the magic happen, but we're not clear enough in our head to see that we have everything. If we would get in the flow, we'll be successful. Okay, I'm going to read success to you. I need the book, Spirit. Where's the book? Here it goes. I'm going to read success to you. And the number of this card is 34, which adds up to 7. And 7 is a divine number. Success. 34. 34. All right, success. I'm going to hold the card up so you guys can see it. You stand behind a thicket of ferns at the edge of a secret spring. Gazing across the still water, you see a boat silently gliding toward you, a glowing light hanging loosely from its bow. The fairy of the spring floats above the boat. Her wings are radiant and shimmering. She knows that you are there and is smiling at you. It's said that anyone who sees the secret spring fairy on a starry night will be blessed with the success beyond measure. All things are possible. The more you honor and celebrate the success that you already have, the more success pours into your life. And the more you feel it, the more you love, prosperity, fame, and fortune you will have. Act as if and feel as if you are wildly successful, and even more success will develop. Accept that you are already thriving. You are. And the more victories will emerge. If a situation seems to knock you down, get up and take a moment to explore what you learned, and then keep going. In Celtic tradition, secret springs were magical. Water was the source of life, and in their legends, mystical beings would emerge out of the springs and later return through them. Fairy queens and mythic heroes were said to have emerged from the springs, and these sacred well springs were a place to commune with the divine. Good fortune blessed those who honored the spirit of the secret spring. The spirit of the secret spring says, success is flowing into your life. The vitality and a glowing youthful renewal of your body are occurring. Now is the time to take action in support of your dreams. There is no need to struggle. The universe has your back. This is exactly what we have been talking about for this past hour. If you missed any of it, I will be reposting this on YouTube, and it should immediately go up on Instagram so you can watch back to where you didn't see it. I'm going to do flow too, because it seems that these cards are important. So 24 is the number 6. So you've got 6 and 7. That's succession. That's growth. That's movement. That's progress. And then you got 25. So you got 25 and 24. And then 5 and 2 is 7. So you've got 2 7s on the board, which is the divine number, which is what you want. And that's magic. 24. Let me read 24. And then let me look at the time. Okay, I got a few minutes. Flow. Let me show you the card. All right, there we go. As you saunter down the pathway, you are not sure what is around the next corner, but you are relishing the moment. You gaze at the interplay of light and dark of the leaves of all the trees, and inhale the fresh forest air. All is well. You know that you don't have to see your destination. All that is required is to enjoy the journey. Oops, sorry guys. So all you got to do is enjoy the journey. That's what Spirit wants you to do. Enjoy the journey. When life presents you a meandering path rather than a straight shot to a goal, you can feel frustrated. You might bemoan the fact that the path seems aimless and roundabout, and you can't see what's ahead. On the other hand, you can just enjoy the voyage. If life right now seems to have some sinuous curves, bends, loops, and turns, don't despair. All is as it should be. This card is suggesting that you relinquish control to the path forward and just see where it takes you. You don't have to have all the answers to succeed. You don't need to know what tomorrow holds to have an astounding future. Simply sit back and enjoy the ride. You'll get to exactly where you need to be for your highest good. The spirit of meandering pathways says, everything falls into place when you don't resist the flow of the meandering pathway of life. Allow the path to take you where you need to go. Don't hurry it or resist it. Simply let go, surrender, and enjoy the journey. You got flow twice. Going with the flow. Came in twice for this reading. And magic was so each spirit card that came out is represented in a card that is already on the table. Hey, Empress. So I'm going to go ahead and read this one, and this will be the last one, and I'll be done. But again, if you missed anything, I do repost it, because this message is for somebody at some point in life. These are timeless. So whenever you see it, this is when you needed to see it. All right. The last card is magic. Let me see. Make sure you can see it. All right. The lingering howl of the wolf weaves its way through the night air. The brightness of the full moon bathes the entire forest with a silvery light. Fairies and elves and spirits of fauna and flora arise for a joyous night of celebration. The forest is alight with glee. Magic is all around you. The veil between the worlds is thin right now. Fairies, elves, and angels and spirit begins spiritual beings are just a thought away. It is indeed a magical universe, and the key to opening the doors to those realms is to trust. All may not be as it seems. By the protective light of the moon, the magic of the universe surrounds you. Even though it is dark, the light of the moon shows you the way. Reminding you to trust what you feel. You are safe. Even if you can't see, have faith that you are being supported in mysterious and wondrous ways by unseen beings in accordance with your highest good. The spirit of moonlight enchantment says, believe in magic. You are being given powerful, mystical messages from spirit. Take time to listen. All that luminescent, receptive energy of the moon is to activate your creativity. You receive mystical messages and you are a spiritual messenger for others. So it looks like a lot of us need to believe in the magic. And a lot of us are here because we're here to help other people. And a lot of you who watch me and I am the person that you gravitated to, it's because we share an energy. We share an energy of wanting to be better selves, be our better selves so that we can help others. We're givers and we love to give. We don't mind giving. And so what Spirit is saying is that some of us need to get in the flow of letting go of trying to control how things happen. So what that tells me is I should tell you to just take baby steps to the path that you think you want to be on. And if you really, really want to know the path you want to be on, then you do need to have your energy read so that you can at least see where you're at. Because again, this is a general reading. In order for you, yes, Queen Pigs Fly. We had a reading last night and she got the When Pigs Fly card. You got to believe that pigs can fly. That's magic. You got to believe that whatever you want for your life and you trust God to bring into your life, he will do it. But he can't do it if you don't have the faith to be open to the way that he wants to bring it to you. You don't always get everything the way you want it, but it doesn't mean it's not coming to you because he's already giving you every tool that you need to make it happen. And you're guided. If you're connecting to source, when you connect to source, then you start getting messages like these that tell you, that are going to trigger you to understand that you need to go this way, not that way. You're going to start to hear those little nuances in your everyday. You're going to start to see synchronicities with numbers and things like that, that all are going to tell you, you need to go this way or you need to go that way. Spirit will guide you to the things that you want. That's how manifestation works. But you can't get the guidance if you don't have a clear enough headspace to get the other tools that you need to make it happen and for you to be successful. Spirit is telling you, though, you're already successful once you get out of your own way. Once you get out of your own way and get out of your own head and make the transformation, honey, success is all over this board. Partnerships and love, all over this board. But we got to get out of our own way. And we got to believe that pigs can fly. We got to believe in the magic. I definitely believe in the magic because I know where I started at. And I look at where I am right now in my life and I'm like, wow, I'm in a good place. And I need to tell people how I did it so that they can be in a good place too, which is why I'm here. I want to help. So that's all for tonight, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching my channel. If you are interested in a personal reading, I have not gotten my platform up yet, but I am working on it. But in the meantime, you can DM me. I can give you the rates and everything. And from that point, we'll go from there. We'll figure it all out. All right. But I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And yes, we will be back next week, 7:30, same Instagram live. And who knows what Spirit's going to do, because you know my spirit guys be off the chain. All right. Love you guys. Bye.